There we go. Boom. I'm down. We go 4K, baby.
New this morning, police are searching for the robbers who stole more than $2 million worth of diamond jewelry in the Bronx. Happened just after 2:30 Friday afternoon.
On the 5th of August 2022, 4 criminals committed a smash and grab robbery and escaped with over $2 million worth of jewelry in the Bronx. Just 45 days later, $2 million worth of in-game items were hijacked from a single user's Steam account. One of these heists...
Okay, listen. Is he clueless? Why is he showing a Karambit Emerald together with like a Stat-Trick Karambit Black Laminate Well Worn? Everyone's hot shot. Minimal wear. These are not the most expensive items. Involved was literally like 5 souvenir Dragon Laws, tons of #1 blue gems. We're talking 4x Iber Power Holos. We're talking 4x Titan Holos unapplied. It was the most expensive inventory that got hacked.
Steam account. One of these heists was covered on huge news networks. The other was talked about on Twitch and YouTube. One of these heists had the risk of 20 years in jail. The other had no risk whatsoever. Despite all of these factors, all of the robbers had the same chance of making the same amount of money. This is the story of the $2 million Steam heist.
Guys, should I say it? I said this before, bro. Sorry if I pause a lot, but I want to give like my waffling about it, you know, my fair share. I'm telling you, what he just explained. If you try to rob a bank, if you try to hack a fucking crypto marketplace or whatever, everybody is pursuing you, right? They're trying to track you down and everything. Steam, hackers just get away with it. Scammers just get away with it. Very, very rarely people actually get charged for scamming or hacking stuff on Steam. There was one situation where a guy, his name was Skull Emoji, he had fucking 400,000 in skins or whatever, who he borrowed to a friend. The friend then dipped and stole all of his skins. That guy managed to get the fucking the scammer in jail. But other than that, not a lot of situations known where people actually land in jail. I'm telling you, if someone like North Korea finds out, I'm sounding crazy, I know. But if Lazarus Group or something figures out how easy it is to get money off CSGO skins, right? You can easily sell them for crypto, exactly what they want. I'm telling you, bro. Right now, they're focusing on all the crypto Andes. Bro, once they find out about how easy it is in CSGO and how untrackable and stuff, I'm telling you. It's over. I like part 1. I think it's gonna be my favorite part.
Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all the information sent between your device and the internet, which keeps your personal data protected from big companies or cyber criminals. Surfshark has over 3,200 servers across 100 different countries, allowing you to unlock thousands of different libraries of content across so many streaming services like Netflix. Now you don't have to be in Canada to watch Pulp Fiction, you can be anywhere in the world. But my favorite part about Surfshark is their clean web feature, which blocks ads, trackers, malware, and phishing attempts, allowing you to surf the web safely. While researching this video, I ended up realizing how common phishing scams really are when browsing the internet, and Surfshark is the perfect solution.
Cool.
Using code BrandonFM, you can get an extra 3 months of Surfshark for free. To make things even better, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk trying it out. Download Surfshark today using the link in my description, because everybody needs a VPN. This story begins with a little game called CSGO. Some of you may have heard of it.
Yeah! He's just showing clips from the gang! From Madrilla, bro! Oh my god, bro! Just clips from the gang! That's my boy. What?
Counter-Strike is home to the largest singular player base on Steam,
I like this guy.
And is also home to the world's most lucrative and legitimate in-game economy. These in-game skins sell for real money millions of times a day, creating a legitimate market that resembles the idea of the stock exchange despite its shallow depth in features and execution. Some skins are worth just a few cents, others are worth enough to buy your family home. Many people old and young, technically savvy and technically incompetent. Some skins are worth just a few cents, others are worth enough to buy your family home. Many people old and young, technically savvy and technically incompetent, can't grasp the idea of why an in-game item made from pixels would sell for such an extreme price.
Idiots.
Transactions for real-life cash take place on third-party marketplaces that Steam does not own. There are countless sites that offer various ways to trade and sell skins, most of which make millions of dollars from their transaction fees.
Yup.
People make a living through buying and selling skins, people lose their life savings from gambling skins, and some people simply just want to collect. Collecting is often where emotions outweigh monetary gain, which is an extremely difficult thing to achieve unless you have vast amounts of wealth to begin with. However, much like many other markets, the CSGO economy awards those who are patient. This brings us to a man named HFB.
Legend. Most infamous collector.
HFB was the biggest CSGO collector in the history of the game, and had gained a reputation for owning the most expensive inventory of items on Steam. But by June of 2022, he had not logged into his account for over 3 years, and his inventory had been completely private. This meant that no one could peek into his vault of historic items, his museum of Counter-Strike history. And so, his name became more and more of an urban legend every day. But unfortunately for HFB, that was all about to change.
I don't know if he goes more into it. HFB bought a lot of his things back in 2014, 2015. Very, very little is known about him. He's always like super private. People apparently he's like some Saudi Arab fucking prince or something with infinite funds. Every time he bought something like a souvenir Dragon Lore, let me pull up his inventory real quick. We can only access it via databases because it's, as always, full private. This is him. If we take his permanent link, we take the ID right here, boom, boom, and slap that into CSGO Float. Zack. This will annoy some of you guys. Why is it not working? Boom. A lot of people don't like him as a collector. Why? Because he did things like buying souvenir orb Dragon Lores, and not just one or two of them. Wait, what? Dragon Lore. Boom. They don't show up in his inventory anymore, but he has still 5 of them or whatever. They just didn't get they're not registered, but they did get refunded to him after the hack. He always scraped the stickers. This is just one of the, I think he used to own 6 or 7. Still has them probably, just doesn't show up on the database. There were 3 more stickers. You can't replace them, which makes it go down in value by basically by half or whatever. And he did that on all of the ones that he bought. All 7 of them. He only left the sticker in the back.
On the 16th of June 2021, an unknown Russian CSGO player had devised a plan to break into HFB's vault. They were going to gain access to his Steam account, sell all of his items on a third-party website, and then vanish. On the surface, a naive dream with no substance. While the average phishing scam works on a concerning amount of the CSGO player base, in this scenario, it won't do. The thief had long realised that if he wanted to pull this off, that wasn't an option. So they started thinking outside the box. You see, a vault is easy to break into with enough time and resources. The tricky part is avoiding the people guarding the vault. That's why the robber knew the only way in was through social engineering, a back door. What if you could get Steam support to help you rob the vault instead of guarding it? Well, there was only one way to find out, so they got to work, gathering all the information they needed about HFB's account and personal life through various data leaks. Once they felt like they had enough information, they opened up a Steam support ticket.
I don't think that's true. I think it's missing the crazy part about all this, no? Because there were people, how Steam support used to work, they were outsourcing some of the Steam support like stuff, people who replied to tickets, and there were some people who had access to a lot of data on that outsource. He explains it. Okay. Sorry.
Now, we could theorize on emails back and forth, security questions, and specifics of the conversation between the thief and Steam support. But I don't really want to go into details on possible ways this CSGO thief might have broken into one of the most valuable digital vaults in the history of the internet. What I will say is either the Russian had an ace up their sleeve that no one could have possibly known about, or they had a man on the inside. The only thing we know.
Goosebumps. If you have skins that you like, you are not safe. And I mean that.
For sure, is that by the time the support ticket had ended, the thief was logged into HFB's account with a fresh email and password to go along with it. They had successfully made their way inside the vault and changed the combination. Now, they prayed.
Could you sleep? Could you see?
If you broke into a vault undetected, what would you do? Would you look around for a few minutes and really take everything in? Or would you rush as fast as you can to fit everything in your bag and go? Well, our thief didn't have the luxury of choice, because they knew as soon as they broke in, they wouldn't be able to leave for a while. When an email or password is changed on a Steam account, a trade ban is put on the account for 5 days, meaning no item can leave the inventory of that player
Actually,
under any circumstance. So for the next 120 hours, the thief would have no choice but to look at everything that could be his and wait. Because although he broke into the vault and got past the guards undetected, if HFB notices someone has changed his combination, it was all for nothing. 5 restless nights was the only option. Every day, the thief would wake up, praying HFB did not notice someone was living in the walls of his account. Every day, the thief had to look into the pixels of his monitor that held $2 million worth of items deep within the display. By day 4, the thief had already ran through the exact way that they were going to cash out the items as quickly as possible. However, no matter how hard they tried, the thief could not fall asleep that night. They could only watch the counter go down every minute. Any distraction they tried on themselves got overwhelmed by the ticking timer that stood between them and $2 million. As the minutes got closer, all sounds faded away. Unlike the robbery in the Bronx, this anticipation was much more prolonged. But as the seconds got closer, the adrenaline started to take over. And before the thief knew it, after 120 hours, on June 21st, 2021, the vault had opened. It was time to smash and grab.
I remember this exact moment, bro.
The thief started moving
Bro, it was so scary.
the valuable items out of the vault and on
CS is down, guys. Calm down. We're watching right now a video about the biggest CSGO heist, alright? Calm your tits, chill your beans. Give me a second to change the title, alright? Doop-dee-doo. Alrighty.
Onto the third-party marketplaces, where he would list them for roughly 50% under market value for the fastest exit strategy possible. But what was so insane about this heist is the fact that everybody could see what the thief was doing at all times.
Bro, it's bro, chat. Actual goosebumps this second. I remember, Booty, weren't we in a call?
This heist is the fact that everybody could see what the
It was all of a sudden, boom, items, a souvenir Dragon Lore listed on a Russian marketplace. It was called csgo.market. Boom, next thing you know, Skinport lists a bunch of blue gems or something. Next thing you know, CS Money, he dropped a bunch of stuff, of course, on CS Money, because he can fucking convert that easily. Every marketplace you know, where I think, was it Crypto Cash Out? No, Skinport doesn't have Crypto Cash Out. I don't know how he did it there. But every marketplace you know, he listed skins. Even on Buff. I think he sold #1 Weisslovs on Buff. Like the rarest of the rarest skins. HFB, by the way, $2 million was an underestimation. Sorry, #1 Pandora's Box gloves. Technically, arguably, world's most expensive gloves. He collected the creme de la creme. And 2 million was an understatement. I put it in the title because I sat with some friends in the call and we quickly tried to estimate the price. It's more like 4 million. Biggest inventory in CS. This was a scary moment. #1, the No Star Karambit, by the way, also owned by him. The most infamous item, an item that got granted by Steam support. There's supposed to be a star on the Karambit. It has a float of 0, a bugged item, owned by him. This one, oh my god, I remember this one. I told Booty, if one item gets listed, we have to buy it no matter the price. No Star Karambit. We were all like scouting marketplaces, bro. But at the end of the day, you will see what happened to the skins that people bought here.
The thief was doing at all times. For you to successfully sell an item on one of these third-party marketplaces, the inventory your item is coming from has to be public. So for the first time in over 3 years, HFB's inventory could be seen by everyone, and the CSGO community couldn't believe it. However, excitement quickly turned into panic as people realized HFB was not in control of his account.
Yeah.
Items worth over
I was still thinking like, bro, maybe he's like cashing out, but then again, like he's listing on this random Russian marketplace. Bro, it was so scary, man.
$100,000 were being sold for $50. Rare
Items worth $200,000, $250,000, much more. He's best of the best.
Pattern-based and low-flow items were being quick sold to bystanders, and suddenly, the Museum of Memorabilia HFB had owned for years started collapsing in front of the community's eyes. Some items were being sold on a website called Buff, and others were being sold on a random Russian market that most people had never even heard of. By the time it was all said and done, when Steam finally noticed what was happening, the thief was gone. After 5 days of living in the walls of the most prolific vault in video game history, he had been evicted. No one knew how much he had made, and nobody knew how many items were sold.
Isn't it kinda known? Wasn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it 80k that he got away with? Booty, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 80k or something. 250k? Are you sure? Oh, sheesh. But still, in inventory, if you wait, if you sell it to the right people, to the right collector, if you give it some time selling, a day, 2 days, not an hour, right? If you're if you gotta go that quick, he was selling items worth 100k for like 25k. Souvenir Dragon Lore, crazy. 250k got away with a $4 million inventory. Not gonna lie, L hacker. I'm telling you, I would have squeezed out more. Even with the time pressure, the guy wasn't good at price checking, bro. Could have come to the stream, donated $100. Yo, price check my items, please. Hey, I would have gotten you out with 500k, not gonna lie. Of course, I would have said, no, you hacked him, don't do that. But, not smart, not smart. He didn't even know the prices. Like, close to knowing the prices. He didn't min-max well, he didn't min-max. Yeah, Booty. We would have gotten 1 million easy, no? Easy, dude. Items that were worth 40k, like quick sell, he sold for like 10k, you know? Reversing time.
In almost every instance of an account being compromised, Steam does nothing. This is because usually it was an error made by the person who owns the account and not Steam.
Yep.
But in this instance, things are very different, because as we know, it was not HFB's fault his account was compromised. It was a Steam support misstep. So in Steam's mind, there was only one option: to turn back the clocks and reverse time. A thing the CSGO community had never seen before on this scale. Items started disappearing from the players who bought HFB skins on third-party websites, and people started to panic.
Yup.
When word got out, buyers tried to move their items through as many accounts as possible, hiding them in storage
Units. Chat. There were people buying. There was one specific guy who bought Souvenir Dragon Loss, and he immediately, I think, put it into a storage unit. His name was Booth. Did he buy 2 Souvenir Dragon Loss? I can't remember. Do we know the outcome of this? Did Steam take the one from the storage unit as well? Or did it work? Because I feel like he still had it for some days, no? They took him. Aye. Blood tried hiding it in the storage unit. Knowing CSGO spaghetti code, it may have worked, actually.
containers, making their inventories private. But eventually, after a few days, the vault was back to its original state. And once again, HFB tinted the glass, like nothing ever happened. Now it wasn't HFB who lost hundreds of thousands, it was the rest of the player base. One specific user spent $150,000 sniping HFB's items, and now they were left with absolutely nothing. The third-party marketplaces were doing everything they could to freeze the thieves' funds and refund the players who had lost items. Buff was semi-successful in doing so, but the Russian marketplace was not.
No, they were.
It was over.
Huh?
The thief had gotten away with it. When it was all said and done,
Okay, maybe he didn't see it, but the Russian marketplace refunded everything as well. The funny part was, of course, like, it wasn't like because, oh yeah, we are such nice people. It was more of a PR move. It's a company. It's a business. So I remember, right after they refunded it, they made a tweet. We just refunded the people who bought the scammed items. And then they promoted it on Twitter. I remember, I didn't see it as a normal tweet. I saw it as a promoted tweet. Bro.
The thief walked away with upwards of $350,000 in crypto. Nowhere near close to 2 million, but still, a lot of money for some pixels. Luckily, Buff and the Russian marketplace decided to fully refund everyone who purchased a HFB item, meaning it wasn't the player base who took the hit, but instead, the third-party marketplaces. Steam and HFB never commented on the situation, and while there have been suspected Steam accounts that could have belonged to the thief, we simply can't be certain. In the end, Steam had a huge wake-up call to social engineering through Steam support. HFB did not lose any of his items. The CSGO community was left with an insane story. The thief walked away with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the third-party marketplaces took a big hit. But as the months passed, the question of a man on the inside became more and more intriguing. What if the thief wasn't working alone?
I wonder what this guy is doing right now. I love one of my favorite concepts. What's the word again? What's the word? There's a word for it. Everyone in this world, all 7 billion people are doing something right this second. Everyone in the chat, you may be sitting on the toilet right now. The hacker of HFB, maybe having dinner with his mom right now. He may be at bed. He may be jerking off. We don't know. HFB himself, he may be on a go-kart right now. We don't know. He may be at Disneyland. The person who walked by on the street that you saw at IKEA 6 years ago when you were younger is doing something right now, right this second. Smell me? Oh, they're dead. Where?
Super
It's called Zonder.
important quick announcement. Gradient, my clothing brand that I launched last week. The sale is almost done. The drop is almost finished. Thank you all for the incredible support on it. If you haven't got a piece yet and you want one, now's the time to get one. And if you don't know about the drop, go check it out. The link will be in the description. The quality of these clothes is just insane, and I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on them. But yeah, that's everything. I'll see you guys soon.
W video. Very, very nice video, no? I like that. And chat, as someone outside of it, who probably doesn't do much with CS, yeah, not at all. Very, very well-researched video. Very well. Boom. Leave Mr. Brandom FN some love. And maybe if you need a VPN, suck, you already know. W video. W. Great story. Sparkle's even chiming in. Great story waffling. Telling. Wonder if any of those stolen items are still out there. Ah! Blood tried to become most like comment. No. The editing reminds me a lot of good old school Disrupt TV. Yeah. I enjoyed that. Guys, leave him some love right now. Don't be cringe. Don't be awkward. Zack.